Well, hello there, Aries. How are you? It's always so good to see you. I'm Mary Sue, and I'm so grateful that you're here. So, today we are going to take a look at November. So, let's jump into it. Let's see what's on the horizon for you. Bat Spirit, a rebirth is assured. It's the number 5. And protected by angels. You are cherished by the angels. So, this is very much the hanged man energy. Understanding that you're being asked to see a different perspective of something in your life. It's also about allowing yourself to surrender, right, to what is, to a new path, to a new relationship. It's allowing yourself to surrender to your soul path. And especially with the angels here, being protected by the angels, it's a sign that changes are on the way. The number 5 is about change, right? It's about understanding that you're kind of suspended here until you can see a different way, a different approach to something that is going on in your life. And in the meantime, you're being protected by your angels. They're here. This is part of your soul path, your destiny, right? But allowing yourself to recognize that whatever you're going through at this time, it's all for the good. And that's why you're being asked to surrender, to not try to fight it, okay? To not think that it has to happen in a certain way. I feel like you're committed. You're committed to something here, that you are really and truly some type of an achievement or a goal, a dream that you may have. But perhaps you're expecting it to happen in a certain way, or you're looking for a certain outcome. Yeah, there's something here. It's helping you to see why you are here, what your soul purpose is. I feel as though there's something here. This feels more perhaps career or soul life purpose than a relationship, but it doesn't have, it can be in a relationship, but it feels more like your career sector that's coming in. Yeah, it's about allowing yourself. Wow, judgment card. I do feel like it's in your work sector in some way. Chariot, 3 of Cups. You are going to be celebrated. You're going in the right direction, Aries. You're definitely in the right direction. It's about allowing yourself to see how either your expectations of how this is going to play out in your life, or your expectations of the outcome, okay, are literally hindering, okay? Here's your expectations, 3 of Wands on the Sun card. Your expectations of the outcome, your expectations of what it is that you are trying to accomplish here, okay? So this could be a goal, it could be a dream, it could be something that you're working on. So we have the 8 of Pentacles. It could be wanting financial stability, wanting to buy a new home, a new car, okay? Wanting to acquire something in your life, whether that's in your material objects that you may own, okay? Or a sense of wanting to start your own business, or wanting to expand your business. There's something here where you have certain expectations of what it is that you're trying to bring in. And that's what you're being asked to take a deeper look at, okay? Where is your definition, let's say, of this achievement? Where is that coming from? Because I feel as though it could be very much in alignment with, it has to be a certain dollar amount, or the house has to be worth a certain amount, or it has to have 6 bedrooms in it, because you've never known anybody that had a house that has 6 bedrooms in it, right? It's like a lofty dream, okay? And it's not that we can't have what we really desire, and it can be lofty, right? It's allowing yourself to recognize you can have that, but it's about allowing yourself to recognize that you're trying to acquire this or you're going after it. Okay. Once again, it does not mean that you can't have it, but allowing yourself to heal any energy around it, because it's kind of like you're focusing on this in order to help heal, okay, let's say, a wound from the past. So this is a little bit, because you have the judgment card, allowing yourself to decide, is this what I really want? Or do I want this because it helps me to, I don't want to say the word prove somebody wrong, but it's a little bit of that energy. Okay. So allowing yourself to recognize maybe when you were a child, okay, maybe what you're really wanting is some fancy red sports Corvette, okay, or something. We'll say a fancy red sports car. And you're really and truly trying to acquire this. That means maybe you're putting in more time at work to acquire more money, or you're saving in a different area of your life so that you can have it. But it's kind of like constantly eludes you. So you have the money almost for the red sports car, and then all of a sudden the plumbing goes out in your house and you have to pay money from that, and you're taking it from the red sports car savings plan, right? It's kind of like allowing yourself to say, okay, I have this idea of what I want, but it seems like the universe keeps like almost like putting it a little bit more out of my reach, right? And it could be that there are other things that are going in your life that are distracting you, not allowing you to go after what your heart truly desires. The reason is because you're being asked. Are you going after the red sports car because it's what you want? Or is it because when you were a kid, somebody planted the seed in your head that when you arrive, when you're successful, right, you can drive a red sports car, like the kind of car you're going after. So you're thinking that the red sports car is a symbol that you have arrived, right? Allowing yourself to recognize what's the mindset, what's the belief that you are truly being asked to drop. You have the 10 of Wands and the unfinished symphony. Allowing yourself to recognize that you're going after some type of an achievement. And I'm not saying that this still isn't something that you want, and we're going to get to that in a second, but allowing yourself to recognize, why am I going after this? Because you have the why card and the hermit. Allowing yourself to go deep. Is this something that you really and truly desire? Or is this something that you think you desire because of something from the past, right? I'll have to admit, I know somebody in my life that at one time wanted to buy $1 million house and did not care at all what the house looked like or where it was. They just wanted the price tag to be $1 million. And the reason is that they had some deep feeling down deep inside somewhere that a person that owns $1 million house has arrived, okay? And literally bought a house for $1 million, like exactly $1 million almost, right? $1 million that really and truly was a terrible home. Okay, it had so many problems with it, and it was in a very bad location. And then they decided that they needed to go ahead and sell it after they had been trying to fix it and everything. It was like a little bit of a money pit. And when they went to sell it, they couldn't even sell it for the $1 million. Like allowing yourself to recognize, am I going after something because of some conditioned belief? Allowing yourself to recognize, what is it that I think that this thing, this achievement, this dream, this object is going to bring me, that honestly and truly, that object is really not going to bring you. Like, you can still have the feeling that you're wanting, that sense of achievement, right? That sense of arriving at success, but it's not necessarily that thing, that object, that title, that whatever it is that brings it to you. Allowing yourself to recognize that you are truly moving on from this, because you're chasing, I think what you're understanding is that you're chasing after things or feelings that really aren't in alignment with what your heart truly desires, okay? And you do have the energy of wanting something, but it's kind of like allowing yourself to go back and ask yourself, is this what I really want? Or do I think that this will bring me the feeling of what I want? Or is it, I don't know, I'm hearing a lure, right? It's kind of like a fishing lure. It's allowing yourself to recognize that this isn't what I really want. But what I do want, I do feel like you do want this sense of achievement, of accomplishment, but understanding, first of all, you may already have it. You may already have it. Or you may have it in the sense of the feeling of fulfillment instead of how much money you're making a year, right? It's kind of like redefining. I think the bottom line here is allowing yourself to redefine, okay? You're going after something awesome, right? But allowing yourself to recognize, what is it I'm hoping to gain out of what it is that I'm chasing after, right? I feel like you're putting a lot of time and energy into this, but it's about allowing yourself to recognize, what am I hoping? And for some of you, to be honest, it could be that you're going after this because of judgments from people, especially family, in the past, right? It's kind of like, say for instance, when you were in college, you said, I want to become a CPA, okay? And your family could have said to you, that's a boring job, or, started, using, joking about you, okay? And the fact that you were a pencil pusher, or you were going to start having a calculator in your pocket all the time, or whatever, right? And they may have even kind of suggested that they didn't see that this was going to be your path, that you would find success in it. And therefore, you have put all your time and energy into it in order to prove that judgment of theirs wrong. Allowing yourself to recognize, well, do I really want to be a CPA? Why do I want to be a CPA, right? And allowing yourself to recognize, maybe you really want to be a CPA because you want to help people with their financial stability, right? Allowing yourself to recognize that you could be trying to climb some kind of corporate ladder or whatever to prove your success to your family, but it's not about your family. It's about, why are you choosing this path, and how does that help you to have this? This is a spiritual connection, a sense of fulfillment, a sense of knowing this is my path because I'm here to help people, right? To not focus on how much money am I making or how much status am I gaining because of being a CPA, but how much am I enjoying it? How much am I feeling fulfilled? How much do I feel like I am helping other people with my skills and talents as a CPA? Okay. So allowing yourself to recognize that you're recommitting in some way to your soul's purpose by allowing yourself to go on this path, and to just, like, you're going to actually have what it is that you're going after, but it comes in almost suddenly when you allow yourself to drop the burden of the exterior why you're doing it and go to the internal why you're doing it. Okay? If that makes sense. It's a beautiful energy. It really is. I have an Aries moon. I can see how this plays out in my life. And it's kind of like allowing yourself to recognize you're just being asked to surrender. Surrender to what it is that you desire, but reframing it in a different way. It's the sole reason why you're going after it, not the focus of the money, the status, the material object, whatever that may be. Wow, it's really a beautiful message. And I think, especially if you have been working on something for a while, I think when you make this just a slight switch in your energy, it's kind of like it all comes together for you so quickly, which is such a beautiful energy. Wow, powerful. All right, Aries, let's pull a soul truth card for you. And I do personal readings, so if you're interested, the link is in the description box below. I'd really be honored to do a reading for you. Yeah, how can I infuse more self-love and compassion into my daily life? I feel like that is where this previous judgment, okay? You could even be judging yourself as far as how successful you are or how close you are to what it is that you're desiring. It would be kind of interesting to ask yourself, how do you know when you have succeeded? If that has a dollar amount on it or a number involved, okay, that's not what you are wanting. That's the key, right? It's allowing yourself to recognize, how am I going to feel? How am I going to know I've arrived at this achievement? Not by some dollar amount, right? By some energy, some inner knowing that you have, that you are really and truly you have really and truly stepped into who you are meant to be, right? And we continue to evolve. So it's not like you get there and then you're done, right? But it's kind of like this energy of understanding that you have evolved much more than you may realize, especially when you allow yourself to let go of the judgments of others. Yeah, and to allow yourself to say, well, how do I know what I'll be successful? What feeling, what emotion will I have? You know, that could be just the energy of waking up every morning and going, wow, I get to go I get to go be a CPA again, right? It's like another day, right, on my path. I'm so excited. If you're judging whether you're having a good day or you have accomplished what you're meant to accomplish or something based on a number, right? That could be the number on your bathroom scale. That could be the number in your bank account. That could be the number on the price tag of the car, the house, whatever it is. Allowing yourself to recognize, I'm no longer judging myself based on numbers. I'm allowing myself to enjoy what I am experiencing, enjoy the way I am sharing myself with others. And when you do that, you have this beautiful sense of victory. Beautiful. Yeah, you do not have to explain yourself to anyone else. That is coming through. I feel like the first part is understanding that you don't have to explain yourself to even yourself, right? It's like, if that's what you want to do, that's the direction to go in. All right, Aries, I'm going to leave it there. Much love and light to you. Thank you so much for all your support by liking, commenting, and subscribing. And I hope to see you again really soon. Bye for now.